Welcome to Bakasana Flow. My name is Adriana Lee with Solstice Yoga, and today I'll be guiding you through a 60-minute class that will take you into the peak pose of crow pose or Bakasana. For today's practice, you'll need 2 blocks and a blanket. The blanket is optional, but still good to have just in case you need to pad your knees. So once you've got your props together, put on some music to keep you motivated, and we'll get started. We'll begin today's practice seated in Virasana on top of either 1 block or 2 blocks. If your knees are sensitive, go ahead and add a blanket underneath your knees right now, just to stay comfy. Then place the block between your ankles and sit down onto the block with your toes facing straight back. If this is uncomfortable or bothers your knees, go ahead and stack 2 blocks on top of each other and sit up a little bit taller. And then allow your palms to rest facing down on your knees for grounding and close your eyes. Start to tune into your breath. Notice the flow of your breath right now without immediately changing it. Notice where the breath wants to go and where it's resisting. And start to connect with your Ujjayi breath by gently constricting the back of your throat, creating an oceanic sound. Inhale and exhale through your nose, creating that whisper sound as you breathe. Ujjayi means victorious. So take a moment to decide what that feels like in your body. What does victory feel like in your body? Is it patience? Is it consistency? Is it strength? Is it trust? Breathe in a way that helps you embody that aspect of victory for you. Our intent for today's practice is to lean into trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your body's abilities. And trust in where you are right now on your path. Breathe in a way that helps you reflect that trust. How do you breathe when you trust yourself? Is your inhale a little bit more full? Is your exhale slower? Take your time feeling that out, and then place your hands together at your heart. Seal in this intention to trust yourself, to lean into trust. And then release your hands down, and we'll prepare for Kapalabhati. So if you've been in this for a little while and you feel like you'd like to go a little bit deeper, if that's what your body's asking for, then maybe you'll choose to remove your block and sit down either on top of your heels or right between your heels if that's comfortable. Just make sure that your toes are pointing straight back rather than having your ankles sickled in towards the midline. And we'll begin 50 rounds of Kapalabhati. So for Kapalabhati, you'll exhale forcefully through your nose and pump the belly in as you exhale. Don't worry about inhaling, it will happen on its own. So when you're ready, take an inhale to prepare. And exhale all the air out. Inhale to just half capacity. And begin. Exhale through the nose, pump the belly in as you exhale. You're about halfway there. Keep going, maybe playing with going a little faster or a little slower. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale and hold your breath at the top. Hold for as long as it's interesting or just 1 second past the moment where it's comfortable. And when you can't hold any longer or it's no longer interesting to hold, let the breath go. If you're still seated on top of the block, go ahead and remove the block and move your props over to the side. We'll come into a half straddle. Extend your left leg out to the left. Place your right foot into your inner thigh. Set your left hand down beside you for neck release. Reach out through right fingertips and hover your left ear down towards the ground. Towards the shoulder, rather. Then roll your chin a little bit forward and a little bit back, looking for that perfect angle for the right side of your neck. And once you find it, hold there. Inhale, sit up a little taller, lift into your chest. Breathe into your chest. Exhale, slide your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Inhale into your low back. Exhale, soften through your sit bones, feeling for a grounding sensation in your hips. Side bend. Reach your right arm overhead and option to crawl your left fingertips a little further to the left. Inhale, press into your left palm, telescope your ribs up. Exhale, wrap your right shoulder, hugging your shoulder blade towards your chest. Inhale into your right side body. Exhale, glue your left shoulder blade down against your ribs and maybe reach 1 inch further with your right fingertips. Feel for elongating the whole right side of your body. Rise back out of that shape and come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Cross your right leg over your left. Now option to keep your left leg extended or slide your left heel just outside of your right hip. Place your right fingertips down behind you and either use your left arm to squeeze your knee in or take your elbow outside of your knee. Inhale, lift up through your back ribs and front ribs equally. Exhale, draw your belly in and deepen your twist. Inhale, lift up through your sternum, telescoping your ribs another centimeter. Exhale, root down through your sit bones, maybe getting 1 inch taller. Feel for creating an equal twist along your entire rib cage. Unwind out of your twist and switch sides. Extend your right leg out to the right, left foot to right inner thigh. Place your right hand down wherever's comfortable and reach out through left fingertips. Then ease your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Take a moment, roll your chin forward and back until you find that perfect angle for the left side of your neck, and then pause there. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, glide your shoulder blades down your back away from your ears. Inhale into your back ribs. Exhale, soften your sit bones down into the mat and lift your ribs another centimeter. Feel for letting go of any tension that you don't need while creating this length in your spine. Side bend. Sweep your left arm overhead and walk your right fingertips a little further to the right if needed. Inhale into your left side body. Exhale, wrap your left shoulder, reach through left fingertips. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, glide your right shoulder blade down away from your ear. Feel for staying strong through both shoulders, even though you're in a side bend. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, soften your jaw. Feel for creating length in the pose without any unnecessary tension, especially in your jaw. Rise back up out of the pose, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Cross your left foot over your right thigh. Either stay here or slide your right ankle outside of your left hip. Place your left fingertips behind you and either wrap your right forearm around your left knee or elbow outside of your knee. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, draw your belly in and start to twist to the left. Inhale into your sternum. Exhale, maintain the length in your spine and then twist 1 centimeter deeper. Feel for maintaining that length as you twist. Unwind out of your twist. Lie down on your back and have either a block or a blanket close by. You won't need them immediately, but you'll need them at arm's reach for abdominals. Roll onto your back and set up for frog lifting through. Draw your knees into your chest, open your knees out to the sides. Knees are in line with hips, ankles in line with knees, and have the outer or the inner edges of your feet facing up towards the ceiling. Then clasp your hands together behind your head. Inhale, curl your head and shoulders up. Exhale, curl pubic bone towards navel, reach out through thighs and pull low belly down. Inhale, relax pelvis, lift chest and shoulders higher. Exhale, curl pubic bone towards navel, push into your feet energetically, pull low belly down. Inhale, relax your pelvis, come back to a neutral spine, lift your chest and shoulders higher. Exhale, curl pubic bone towards navel, pull low belly down. One more round. Inhale, relax pelvis, lift chest and shoulders higher, shoulder blades off the mat. Exhale, curl pubic bone towards navel and pull low belly down. Inhale, lower your head down. Place your hands outside of your thighs and use your hands to close your knees together like a book. Then abs with a roll. Grab your block, your blanket, or whatever you'd like. If you're using a blanket, roll it up like a little burrito and place it between your thighs. Then option to extend your legs up towards the sky. If that would cause too much tension or low back sensitivity, you can bend your knees instead, or even do this with your feet on the ground. Clasp your hands together behind your head using your non-dominant grip, opposite pinky on top. Inhale into your lower back. Pause your breath, press the top rim of your sacrum down, internally rotate your thighs to squeeze the block. Exhale, lift chest and shoulders up, squeeze the block a second time, pull low belly down. Inhale, lower your head down. Hold your breath, press the top rim of your sacrum down, squeeze the block. Exhale, lift chest and shoulders up, lead with your armpits, soften your head into your hands. Squeeze the block a second time, pull low belly down. Inhale, lower your head down. Pause your breath, root down through your lower back, internally rotate thighs to squeeze. Exhale, lift chest and shoulders up. Send energy through your elbows and through the tips of your toes. Squeeze the block, pull low belly down. Last one, inhale, head down. Pause your breath, root down through lower back, squeeze the block. Exhale, lift chest and shoulders straight up. Soften your head into your hands, soften your jaw. Squeeze the block a second time, pull low belly down. Inhale, set your head down, set your feet down, remove the block and place it to the side. Supine crow. Draw your knees in towards your chest, keeping them about as wide as your rib cage as though you were going into happy baby. Aim your feet up towards the ceiling, then reach your arms up towards the sky and flex your wrists. Now start to protract your shoulders by spreading the shoulder blades apart and lifting your shoulder blades as much off the mat as you can. Inhale here. Then on your exhale, curl your head and shoulders up. So now it's almost like you're in crow pose. Start to squeeze your heels down towards your sit bones. Lift your shoulders a little higher off the mat. And then inhale, lower everything back down, returning to a happy baby shape. Inhale here. And hold your breath. Start to spread through the shoulder blades. Exhale, curl head and shoulders up. Squeeze your heels towards your sit bones. Lift your shoulders a little bit higher. Inhale, lower all the way back down. 2 more. Exhale, start to squeeze your heels towards sit bones. Reach your hands up off the mat. Reach your shoulders off the mat. And hold. Squeeze your knees in towards your shoulders. Last one. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift shoulders off the mat. Squeeze knees towards triceps. Flex your wrists as much as you can. Get as much of your shoulders off the mat as you can and hold. And release. Lower everything down. Squeeze your knees into your chest. And then roll over onto your side for cat-cow, coming up into a tabletop position. Stack your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, drop your belly towards the mat. Reach your chest forward, look up. Exhale, push the earth away. Round out your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop your belly, chest forward, spread your collarbones and look up. Exhale, round your spine, push down through the tops of your feet and spread your fingers, push your fingertips into the mat. Inhale, arch your spine, coming back into cow, drop your belly, heart forward. And exhale, round. Inhale, drop your belly towards the mat. For this last round of cow, curl your toes under. Now squeeze the heels of your hands and your knees towards each other, feeling for the front body activating. Squeeze your shoulder blades down away from your ears and together down your back. Then uncurl your toes, push the earth away, coming back into cow. Feel for spreading your shoulder blades as far apart as you can. Hug your belly away from the ground, creating as much space between you and the ground as possible. And relax into a neutral tabletop position. Turbo puppy. Walk your hands forward of your shoulders, hover your elbows down towards the mat, and squeeze your elbows toward each other. Start to hug in through your core, almost as though you're going into cat pose rather. But find a neutral spine here, maybe even spread your sit bones slightly. Good, shoulders should be stacked right over your elbows. 1 more breath. And gently relax out of that. So if Turbo Puppy felt challenging enough, you're free to repeat that pose instead. Otherwise, we're going to go into full Turbo Dog. So same setup. Walk your hands forward of your shoulders. Hover your elbows down towards the ground. Stack your shoulders right over your elbows. Spread your fingers into the ground and imagine you're squeezing a block with your elbows. Once your shoulders are in line, then curl your toes under. Keep your elbows the exact same and lift your hips up and back into Turbo Dog. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze your elbows toward each other, hover them towards the ground. And just here for 1 more breath. And then we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Allow your arms to straighten and take a moment here. And then walk your feet to the top of the mat. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Release your arms by your sides in Samasthiti, palms face forward, and close your eyes. Take a moment to connect to your body and your breath. Connect to that trust that you have in yourself. And with your eyes closed, notice the way that your body might rock forward and back or side to side in order to find balance. Trust that your body will find balance on its own without you actively making yourself balance. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step to plank. Lower your knees to the mat, then lower your chest and belly down at the same time. Cobra. Reset your hands and your feet, sliding hands a little forward of shoulders. Inhale, pull your ribs forward and up. Exhale, pull your ribs forward and down. Hands under shoulders, press up into knees, and then downward facing dog. Curl toes under, send hips up and back. Take a deep breath into your upper back. Exhale, wrap your shoulders. Send your shoulder blades forward towards your chest. On no breath, walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, elongate your spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach your arms up. Exhale, arms down by your side, Samasthiti. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach your arms up. Forward fold, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen your spine, come to a flat back. Exhale, ground your palms, step to plank, knees down, then chest and belly down at the same time. Cobra, inhale, pull your ribs forward and up. Exhale, down dog, pull your ribs forward and down, slide your hands under your shoulders, rise up onto knees, tuck toes, hips up and back. One slow inhale. Exhale, hug your belly to spine. And walk your feet to the top of the mat on no breath. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, lengthen, maybe fingertips to the mat or hands to shins. Exhale, step back to plank, lower through chaturanga this time. Use your toes to shift your shoulders forward past your wrists. Bend your elbows down to a 90-degree angle. Then roll over your toes or flip your feet, upward facing dog. Lift your thighs off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. You always have the option to skip chaturanga into up dog and instead take cobra. On no breath, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, deepen your fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your sides. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, Ardha, either hands to shins or fingertips to the mat. Exhale, ground your palms, step to plank, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, lift your thighs off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slow inhale. Press into your fingertips as you exhale. On no breath, walk or lightly hop your feet behind your wrists. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Chair pose, inhale. Bend your knees, send your hips back, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha, hands to shins, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Now, option here, you can repeat stepping back. You can also repeat knees down, lie down, cobra. Or if you're feeling up to it, feeling warmed up enough, then you can hop back, landing with your elbows already bent in chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Box lunge. Step your right foot between your hands and set your left knee down either onto the mat, or if your knee is sensitive here, come down onto the blanket. Stack your hips right over your back knee, front knee right over your ankle. Then reach your arms up. Inhale into your low belly. Exhale, root down through both feet and get a little bit taller. Inhale into your shoulders. Exhale, wrap your shoulders by sending your shoulder blades forward towards your chest. Feel for activating the serratus anterior muscles, or the muscles right underneath your underarms. Easy twisting lunge. Set your left hand outside of the mat, right in line with your right foot. Hook your right thumb into your hip crease and bring your hips to neutral. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. And exhale, begin to twist, maintaining hips the exact same. Option to extend your right arm up, unless that bothers your shoulder. Inhale, lengthen out through your side body, especially the left side. Exhale, draw your belly in. Stay strong, especially through the left shoulder, and deepen your twist. Feel for maintaining your hips the same as you twist. Lizard lunge. Lower both hands down to the inside of your right foot. Curl your back toes under and ease your left knee back as far as you comfortably can. Inhale, find a little length in your spine. And exhale, ease your hips forward. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, squeeze your right knee into your right tricep. Feel for melting through your hips while staying active through your hands. Cobra. Ease your hips back and slide your right knee back to meet left, then lower all the way down to your belly. Walk your hands a little forward of your shoulders. Inhale, pull your ribs forward and up. Exhale, pull your ribs forward and down. Hands under shoulders, push up onto knees and back into down dog. Box lunge, left foot between your hands, lower your right knee down. Find that same alignment, hips over back knee, front knee over ankle. Then reach your arms up. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, lengthen your tailbone down and push into both feet. Inhale into your shoulders. Exhale, wrap your shoulders, bringing the shoulder blades towards your chest. Feel for those same muscles, serratus anterior, turning on. Easy twisting lunge. Place your right hand down outside of the mat in line with your left foot. Hook your left thumb into your hip crease to avoid the left hip popping up higher than the right. Then start to twist. An option to reach your left arm up. Inhale, find length through the right side body, reach your right ribs forward. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together and deepen your twist. Inhale into your belly. Exhale, draw your belly to spine and keep drawing the left hip down as you twist. Feel for twisting with integrity rather than just dumping your body into the deepest twist that you could possibly get into. Lizard lunge. Lower both hands down and heel toe your left foot out to the left. Curl your right toes under and slide your right knee back. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, let your hips sink forward. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, root down through everything that's touching the ground. Top of the right foot, bottom of the left foot, and your hands. Feel for staying strong, even though you're in a hip opener. Diamond Cobra. Send your hips back, slide your left knee back to meet right, then lower down onto your belly. Walk your hands in front of your shoulders in a diamond shape, index fingers and thumbs touching. Inhale, pull your ribs forward and up. Imagine like you're pulling yourself out of a pool. Exhale, pull your ribs forward and down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, grip the mat, pull your ribs forward and up. Exhale, pull your ribs forward and down. And 1 more time. Inhale, drag your ribs forward and up. Lengthen your tailbone down. Exhale, pull your ribs forward and down. Hands under shoulders, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, twisting warrior. Step your right foot between your hands, press into your left toes, and rise up into a lunge. Option to stay in a lunge or ground your left heel down into more of a warrior 1 shape. Then hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh, make a fist, and place your right hand on top. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, pull your belly to spine and deepen your twist. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, root down through your feet. Feel for using your strong legs to help you stay balanced and to give you a little bit of trust in yourself as you twist. Modified side plank. Set your left hand down, lower your left knee down, and slide your right leg back into a long modified side plank. So your left shoulder does not need to be right over your wrist. You'll actually want it a little bit forward of your shoulder so that you get more of a 90-degree angle with your side body and your arm. And then extend your right arm up to the sky. You can keep your left toes curled under in line with your right foot, or to make it a little bit easier on yourself, you can take your toes back behind you. Breathe into your upper back. Exhale, press down through everything that's touching the ground, trying to get your hips another centimeter higher. Inhale into your heart space. Exhale, let go of any unnecessary tension from your neck or your jaw. Feel for activating muscle, but without overdoing it. Lower your right hand down and we'll set up in a cat plank with knee to armpit engagement. So come back into plank, push the earth away, really protracting your shoulders. Then tap your right knee to your armpit and step your foot back. We'll do that 4 more times. Knee to armpit and step back. Knee to armpit, step back. 2 more. Each time you bring your knee to your armpit, try to get even more space between your chest and the ground. Push the earth away. Down dog. Send your hips up and back. Lower your knees to the ground to set up dolphin. Lower down onto your forearms. Grab your biceps. Keep your elbows glued in this spot. And either lower your hands to a number 11 shape, or you can clasp your hands together if your shoulders are feeling a little sensitive today. Then curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Press into your elbows and send your hips up towards the sky. Inhale into your upper arms. Exhale, press through your elbows and maybe get your chest another centimeter closer to thighs. And release your knees down and come back into down dog. Left foot forward, twisted warrior. Ground your left foot between your hands, rise up into a lunge shape, and then either ground your back heel down like warrior 1 or keep your heel up. Twist your right elbow outside of your left thigh, make a fist, and stack your left hand on top. Inhale, lengthen your rib cage away from your hips. Exhale, draw your belly in to deepen your twist. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, spread your collarbones as you twist. Feel for maintaining an open heart as much as possible in the twist. Modified side plank. Place your right hand down, lower your right knee down, and slide your left foot back for modified side plank. Again, option to have your heel in line with your back foot, or bring your toes back behind you for a little added stability. If you feel like your shoulder is right over your wrist, walk your hand just 1 handprint forward so that you have a bit stronger of a shape. Then reach your left arm up. Inhale into your side body. Exhale, use your glutes and the press through your right leg to lift your hips a little bit higher. Ideally, you're feeling your glute med or the outer hip muscle do that lift. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, kiss your shoulder blades together behind your back, opening your chest. Feel for building a strong foundation and then lifting from that. Cat plank with knee to armpit. Lower your left hand down, and set up in a plank. Start to press the earth away, and then once again, tap your left knee to left shoulder, and step back to plank. We'll do that 4 more times. Knee to shoulder, back to plank. Try to get your knee into your armpit, back to plank. Last 2, even higher this time. And last 1, create even more space between your chest and the ground. Step back to plank, then hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to the top of the mat, Padangusthasana, or big toe pose. Keep your feet separated about the same distance as your hips and grip your peace fingers around your big toes. Inhale, elongate your spine. And exhale, fold forward, drawing your belly towards your thighs. Relax the back of your neck. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, use your core muscles to help bring your chest even closer to your thighs. Release your hands from your feet, downward facing dog, step back. Warrior two, bird wings. Step your right foot between your hands and rise up into warrior two legs. With your right knee bent over your ankle and back leg straight, or mostly straight. Elbows in by your ribs, palms face up. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, glue your elbows to your ribs and rotate your forearms out to the sides. Inhale, relax back to center. Exhale, squeeze your elbows in, rotate forearms out. 3 more. The serratus anterior muscles, or the muscles underneath your underarms, are the muscles that you're training right now. And these are often considered the wings of your heart. So it takes a lot of trust and a lot of bravery, really, to activate them. Extended side angle with sacral pulse. Right forearm onto your right thigh and left hand onto your sacrum. As you inhale, press your sacrum back into your palm. And as you exhale, draw your belly up and send your tailbone down towards your left heel. Inhale, untuck your pelvis, reach your sit bones back. Exhale, hug your belly up, tailbone towards the heel. 3 more on your own. And relax your neck as you move through these. Let go of any tension from your jaw and just allow your hips to do the movement without any drama in the neck, shoulders, or jaw. Good. And after that last round, maintain your tailbone reaching towards your back heel and sweep your left arm forward first and then overhead, extended side angle. Inhale, press into your right forearm, lift your ribs away from your thigh. Exhale, pull your belly in. Inhale into your left side ribs. Exhale, reach through left fingertips while keeping the arm bone plugged into the shoulder socket. Feel for creating a lot of space between your ribs and your thigh and keeping the front knee bent so you're getting as much muscular activation out of this as possible, except for your neck. Now lower your hands down to the mat and step your left foot outside of your left hand, setting up for Malasana with a twist. Place your right fingertips down on the ground. Press your knee into your tricep and tricep into knee, then reach your left arm up. Inhale. And as you exhale, twist your left arm as far back as you can. Inhale, find a little more length. Exhale, deepen your twist. And return to center, Malasana squat. Place your left fingertips down outside of your foot. Press your thigh and upper arm into each other. Reach your right arm up. Inhale into your hips. Exhale, twist your chest open, easing your right arm back. Release out of that, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior two, bird wings. Ground your right heel down and rise up into warrior two legs. Bring your elbows into your ribs. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, squeeze your elbows in and rotate forearms out. Inhale, relax to center. Exhale, pin your elbows against your ribs, rotate forearms out. 3 more rounds on your own. And really feel for the activation of those serratus anterior muscles right underneath your underarms. Extended side angle with sacral pulse. Left forearm onto thigh, right hand onto sacrum, that bony triangular plate. Inhale, push your sacrum back into your palm. Exhale, reach your tailbone down and draw your belly in. Inhale, untuck your pelvis. Exhale, tuck, lift your belly in, send your hip points up towards your ribs. Inhale, untuck, press your sacrum back. Exhale, tuck. Move through 2 more on your own. And again, relax your neck. Let go of any tension you don't need from your jaw. Extended side angle. Keep your left forearm on your left thigh. Sweep your right arm forward first, then overhead. Press into your left palm. Inhale, telescope your ribs up. Exhale, plug your right arm bone into the shoulder socket, but reach through right fingertips. Inhale into your lower back. Exhale, draw your belly muscles in. Feel for staying strong through your core and creating as much length as feels good in your body. Malasana. Lower your hands down and step your right foot outside of your right hand. And place your right fingertips down. Engage your upper arm and knee into each other. Twist the left arm up. Option to stay here, or maybe this time you start to reach your left arm behind your back, and maybe even right arm internally rotates and then reaches back to grab your left fingertips. You can also grab onto pieces of clothing, use just a half bind, keeping the right hand down, or any variation of this that would feel good. And unwind out of that and switch sides. Left fingertips down, right arm up. Start to deepen your twist. And maybe right arm behind your back, grabbing onto a piece of your clothing, or internally rotate your left arm and reach fingertips behind, maybe grabbing fingertips. And then release out of that. Downward facing dog, walk your feet back. And release down onto your knees and grab your block for a crow pose with toes on the block. So you'll set up similar to Malasana squat. So with the feet just outside of the block, hands down on the mat. Then you'll lift your hips up and walk 1 foot at a time onto the block. Start to push the earth away, shoulders protract, meaning spine reaches up towards the sky, and knees squeeze into your upper arms. Lean forward, look forward, but keep your toes on the block just for now. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come out of that rest in Malasana. All right, so if that felt challenging enough, you'll get a chance to practice that again. And if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, we'll try doing this without the block. You can absolutely start with your toes on the block and then play with maybe lifting one foot, maybe the other, or you can go straight into it. So I'll show with the block first. So ground your palms, lift your hips, slide your knees as high up your upper arms as you can. Start to lean forward, then walk your feet one at a time onto the block. Once you're on the block, send your weight forward. So you should feel weight in your fingertips and look forward. Maybe you lift just the toes of your right foot. Maybe the left toes come up to join. Now, if it's a little bit scary, you are going forward, right? You have to trust yourself that you won't land on your face. So if that's a little bit scary, you can always set up a crash pad by placing a blanket, bolster, or some pillows out in front of you. All right, so let's try crow pose one more time. And then you'll have the option to maybe go from crow back into chaturanga. So if you were solid on the block and you'd like to play without the block, get into your crow. You can start with feet pretty close together, heels together if you'd like. Slide your knees up as high up your arms as you can. Ground your fingertips. Then lean your weight forward and maybe float one toe up and then the others. Then squeeze your heels towards your glutes. All right. So take some time to play with that, and then option to jump back to chaturanga from crow. So I'll show you what that looks like. You can do it or not, totally up to you, but after that, you're gonna lie down on your belly. So if you're playing with crow to chaturanga, you'll find your crow, look forward, and take your feet back. Then lay down on your belly. From here, slide your right arm into a 90-degree angle or a goal post shape, and rest your right ear down on the mat. Bend your left knee, and tap your left toes behind you, making a little scorpion tail shape. Your left hand can stay in front of your chest for a little bit of support. And if bringing your toes all the way back is a little bit too much, you can keep your left knee down on the mat instead. But either way, you want to feel for an opening across the right side of your chest into your right pecs. Unwind and switch sides. Left arm into that goal post shape, left ear down on the mat. Bend your right knee and tap your right toes behind you, lifting your knee up. Again, if this is feeling like too much, you can bring your knee down to the ground instead. And another option is actually to place either your fist or a block underneath your left ear to take some of the weight out of your neck. Deep breaths into your chest. And then release back onto your belly, and without thinking about it too much, flip over onto your back, banana pose. Shift your hips over to the left side of the mat. Slide your legs over to the right, thinking ankles to the right side of the mat. Arms overhead rather. And then arc your upper body over to the right. If you need more, you can cross your left ankle on top of your right ankle. With your arms, you can grab your elbows. You can rest to your left hand and your right hand, or whatever would feel most comfortable for you. Both hips will stay on the ground. Then breathe into your left side body. This pose is called banana pose, and if you were looking at yourself in a mirror on the ceiling, it's because you'd be shaped like a banana. Take another deep breath into your left side body, sending the breath especially into the serratus anterior muscles. We use those quite a bit today. And as you exhale, let your arms soften, let your legs and your hips soften, releasing any unnecessary tension. To come out of the pose, if your left ankle was on top of the right, uncross your legs. Slide everything back through center, then shift your hips to the right, just a little scoot. Then slide your ankles to the left, maybe crossing right ankle over left, arms overhead, and arc your upper body over to the left. Again, making yourself look like a banana in the sky if you had a mirror on your ceiling. And breathe into your right side body. Notice where your body is still working. Are you squeezing your legs together? Are you squeezing your glutes, your shoulders, your neck, your jaw? This is one of those poses where the less you do, the more you'll get out of it. So do your best to let go. And unwind out of that and release into your final Shavasana. Take your time getting comfortable. Open your legs to the sides and let your palms rest facing up. Use these next 3 breaths or so to adjust as much as you need to find comfort. And then once you find comfort, commit to stillness. Oftentimes on your yoga mat, you challenge yourself in ways that you don't have the opportunity to challenge yourself outside of the practice space. You challenge your body to do things that you wouldn't normally do, like crow pose. And even though being able to do crow pose won't make you a better person, it can help you to build that trust in yourself, that confidence in yourself. One of the ways that the most common way that people fall out of crow pose is back onto their feet. And crow is a counterbalance. If you send your weight forward enough, send your chin forward enough, then your toes will get lighter and it becomes easier to hold. But we're afraid to send our weight forward. It's scary. You might fall on your face. It's a legitimate fear. But as you play with practicing, sending your weight forward just a little bit further beyond that comfort zone, the pose gets easier. You begin to trust yourself more. And the hope is that off the mat, you'll begin to trust yourself too. Breathe in a way that mimics that trust. Whatever that means for you. Maybe it's a slower breath, maybe it's a fuller breath. There's no right or wrong way to breathe. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer, pause the video now and stay as long as you'd like. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes and gently roll your head side to side, reawakening your spine. Then take a huge inhale and stretch your arms over your head. Point your toes like you just woke up from a nap. And roll over onto your side into fetal position. And slowly press yourself all the way back up to a comfortable seat. And place your hands together at your heart once you arrive. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. My name again is Adriana Lee with Solstice Yoga. The light within me honors, respects, and deeply loves that light within you. Namaste.